Today we've got Craig and Kat joining
Hi.
us.
Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you guys?
So we wanted you to meet Craig and Kat because they're also on their journey of building a business online, and I just wanted to hear their story to really see how they're going with it. So would you guys tell us your story, how you got into it? A bit about
Sure.
How we got into it, we had our little baby girl McKenna back in March 2018. So I was on maternity leave from about February, and a good few months sort of after McKenna was born, and the 12-month maternity leave was getting less and less, because it flies that time.
Yes, for me.
It was about June, July. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and and I'd seen some posts, and I sort of kept looking and kept going back and forth, and with a few different posts, and I just one day I thought, bugger it, I'll just comment on one of them, and that's how it sort of started. And sort of by September we're into the business, or I started it, and then I was sort of getting into it, and we were doing our weekly meetings, and Craig was sitting off on the side, and he got hooked, and he was sort of coming over, looking in, and seeing what was going on. Yeah. He said, "Nah, I'm going to do this too." It's sort of it got you excited, didn't it?
It did.
A different world.
Yeah. So the biggest thing, we didn't want to put our little girl into daycare. Kat was working two jobs. One was local, which was only like 12, 13K away.
Every second weekend.
And the other one, which was about 55K away, was 3 days a week.
And they were like 6 o'clock starts in the morning. So
at the time, I was actually home a lot too, with being on workers' comp, but like off work. But we didn't want to put her into daycare and have someone else raising her and missing out on all those memorable moments.
So we were determined to find something that could allow me to stay home still. I'm still working my other local job. I do that every second weekend. So gets me out of the house, and it's just in aged care, cooking for the oldies, which I love. Love it every second weekend to have a good old chat with them, and gets me out of the house, and he gets to do nappy duty.
Oh, good. Yeah, you need that break, don't you? I mean, it's good. It's only a few hours, but it's perfect just to get away.
Well, especially at the moment with everything being in lockdown, that was really my only out, and because I send him to town to do the grocery shopping. At present, and I stay home, so I haven't really been out much other than work.
Oh, that's good. So what got you hooked, Craig? If you were looking on the sidelines.
Well, I've been wanting something different for years. Like I was getting to the point, as you guys could appreciate, like getting too old for doing the hands-on manual labour that I was doing. But I couldn't sort of figure out what it was. But just sitting there off to the side listening to these weekly meetings, it was just everyone's
upbeat.
Their upbeat attitude, their positivity, like it was just everything they were saying was just registering inside, going, I'm loving this. This is awesome.
I want a part of it.
Yeah. And the more we got into it after that, the more I sort of realized how right they were with everything, and how I'd been living all those years wasn't good for me and wasn't sort of healthy, and like now, like everything being positive about things, making changing your mindset. That was one of the biggest, probably one of the biggest things that drew me in, was getting that mindset change.
Because it was hard. You were down with the work situation. It really helped you.
It did. Like being on workers' comp at the time, like I still am, but I was getting a lot of grief off my employer at the time, and
we have something positive sort of coming out with this business.
It helped me get through a lot of issues and a lot of dark times, really. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
We felt that too with the mindset. I mean, to begin with, we thought, oh, these positive people, they're a tad annoying actually, because you kind of push back against it, don't you? Like when you're not there yet.
But
So,
we thought that, like, we used to be like that when we were young.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, these kids, they're just kids, they're all young. They're excited about life. And we went, oh, wow. That's how we used to be. I want to be like that again.
Yeah.
That's what got us. It was fantastic.
Yeah, because life kind of beats the positivity out of you sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
Like I quite often think back to like my teenage years, and like you guys would have been the same years. Like being in the teenage years in the 80s, to me that was the best time. Like everything was so much more relaxed than that then. And yeah, as you say, I want that back again.
Yeah.
Like just the easygoing day-to-day attitudes with everything, and
No, but you want those back, you wouldn't have the social media and all the phones, the simple life. It's Yeah,
but we're definitely getting that back again. It's awesome, hey. So when you started, like Kat, you're in aged care, and Craig, you're a diesel fitter. Like, how did you go with your skills? Like with learning this new business? How did you go with that?
I was okay because we had our personal pages as Facebook, so we knew the basics. How to post, how to write. But there's so much training. Like we never knew anything about the back end of the business side of Facebook using it. But with all the training, it was step by step. It was like, I suppose, training for dummies.
Really,
it is. It's videos to show you step by step how to do it. So it wasn't too daunting for us.
No, that's right. So pretty much had basic computer skills and that. Like I had to use computer for work and what have you, but and the phone with social media. But we were wondering too, like at the start, do we need to have social marketing experience? Do we need this or do we need that? But as Kat said, no, we didn't have to, because we get taught all that, how to do it all. And you're constantly learning. Everything changes and people come up with a better way of doing things and share it. And it's, I guess it was a bit daunting at first, thinking, because we haven't had experience marketing and that. Can we do it? But you don't need that experience. You just, the way I look at it, if you can navigate social media and the internet, you've got enough skills to start it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing too, I know I was a little bit worried to start with about the time. Like, you know, I was talking to a friend yesterday and she said, I don't have any time. I've got a couple of kids and I'm running a business. And I sort of said to her, you would be so surprised at how you can make this work. Hey, Kat, I was just saying to Craig, like, you guys have got kids, heaps of kids. You were running 2 jobs. Craig, you're running it all as well. Like, how did you start off with time management? Like, how did you fit it all in?
Well, for me, I'm a night person, so it was like I stay up late at night as a general rule. So
I go to sleep easy, which he hates.
So I'd lay in bed and I would sort of I'd be learning while I'm laying in bed. And like at the time I was traveling 2 hours each way to work because I had to travel to the closest branch. So I was probably around the 14 hours a day at the time, work-wise. And on the 2 hour drive each way, I'd listen to a lot of motivational audios to help with my mindset. So as you know, driving a long distance, being like in the country areas, 2 hours is a couple of 100 Ks. I'd listen to a lot of that. And then of a night time when I'd get home, whether I'd be in bed or not, I'd be just like scrolling through, learning some of the training, doing training and that. So
it all just comes down to routine. Like when we first started, she was 6-8 months old. So she was still young and she just potted around and got the older brothers that helped out when they were home. like it was hectic because, well, last year we had 2 different bus stop runs. Like one boy, he was at 7:30 in the morning, had to run him to 13 Ks, and then the other boy, I had to run him 3.5 Ks to his bus stop, and then reverse it in the afternoon. And then we had our jobs, plus we were running a football club as well. So we just, we juggled everything. We managed to fit it in, and there was time during the day McKenna was asleep. We just got in and just, did what we had to do, and just kept on going with life, really. Like, didn't stop.
Even if it was an hour a day, it was better than nothing. It was something towards it. And like, you add up an hour a day over 7 days, or 7 hours a week, and you can get a lot achieved in that time. But little bits here and there.
Yeah.
Grab every opportunity you could.
Yeah.
With two working on it, it helped.
How great is it? You can just access your phone and you can just do a little bit anywhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
Isn't it? It's unbelievable.
That's it. It is. Well, when I would go over to the local branch, like earlier in the piece, like they had me doing office-based duties.
Yeah.
I'd be on my phone doing business stuff when I was supposed to be answering phones at work. Sometimes I'd sneak a bit in here and there.
Multitasking. Well,
that's the thing. Yeah, the phone. Like, these things now, they're
amazing.
They're the lifeblood, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I fit it in when I'm feeding my baby. You know, even if it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there, or in the school pickup line, or in the drop-off zone, or it's amazing. Like, and I look at the time spent at the end of the day, and it can be 3 or 4 hours in 15-minute intervals. So it's very achievable.
I think a lot of people get the misconception that you need to have 2, 3, or 4 hours in a row a day.
Yeah.
But you don't. You spread it out over the whole day. Like, you might spread it out over 16 hours of the day.
Yeah.
And as you say, doing 10 or 15 minutes here and there.
Yeah.
And that's about,
it adds up.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need to do is those 10, 15-minute increments here and there.
Yeah.
And that's enough to be getting it going and doing what you do.
Yeah. And another thing too, guys, I wanted to talk to you about when you first start. Did you worry about, do I have enough money to start this business? Because I don't know about you guys, we've been in a lot of businesses in our life, and that's one of the things that stops a lot of people from starting a new business, is that they don't have the capital investment. This is a bit different, hey?
Oh, and red tape.
And red tape. Oh, God.
Legislation.
So this...
And licensing.
It's a different world, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Like, we had money there for a budget and that, but we also cut back as well. Like, cut back our driving to town, or the fuel, and you know, buying stupid crap. Like, you used to buy it because I want that, but you never use it and that. You sort of just cut out on certain things that I don't really need that. You find money. You want something, you find the money.
We've been in the same situation, like several, me more so, but had several businesses, like done several, like worked for myself multiple times over the years. And even like the last one I was doing, or when I was contracting in the mines, I had I didn't have to have like $100,000, $200,000 investment into it, but it did add up because I needed a certain type of vehicle. Then I needed my toolboxes to put my tools in, and then I needed all the insurance, and then there was the running costs and all that, as you know, as you guys would appreciate and know. But so it all adds up. So this side of it, well, we knew there'd be an investment because of knowing the fact that you can't make money without putting money into something. You've got to invest to make money. We knew there'd be an investment, and look, in all honesty, we went and got some finance, and we didn't really hesitate because the small amount that you do need to start off, like it was only probably 3 years ago, we were looking at buying a bricks and mortar business. It was up for sale for $3.5 $120,000.
Yeah.
And like,
your coins in
yeah,
comparison, really.
like,
Yeah.
this is like pocket change compared to that, really. But the potential in it is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We're the same. We've had all sorts of businesses. I mean, it cost us how much just to get a coffee wagon going? 20 grand, 30 grand?
20 grand.
And the return,
Easy.
you know, and the money and the time, you know, you're up at 4 o'clock every morning and you're selling coffee on the side of a road for 12 hours. And what have you got at the end of the day? You certainly don't have your work-life balance. You don't have any freedom.
We had good coffee.
No.
We had good coffee.
Yeah.
So
But that's right. See, when you're sort of in a, I found like I've probably not so much been in a bricks and mortar situation before. Like I've worked for myself more so than anything. Like as in contracting type work. You've still got to you've still got that time you've got to put into everything, and that you don't get back and you don't get a break from, though, do you? Like where I found with this, it's so much more laid back because you can take it wherever you are, it's with you.
Yeah.
So whatever you're other doing, like when I was contracting in the mines, like I was always in the same spot doing the same thing. Where with this, like we'll go to Brisbane, we'll go to Toowoomba or Newcastle. We get that change of scenery. You can go with us.
Freedom.
Yeah.
So,
Chocolate.
That's awesome.
Wanted chocolate.
Wanted
chocolate.
I thought that was our baby.
Well, that's
I've got a,
sorry.
2 boxes of chocolate here because we fundraise for the football club, so
Good.
we never got to sell it.
All right, guys. Well, we better let you go. But thanks so much for telling us your story. And
not a problem. Anytime.
No, thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for asking us. Thanks for having us here. Yeah.
And it's good to be part of your team and work together. It's awesome.
Oh, it is likewise, and we love meeting the meeting new people.
Yeah.
That in this type of business, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, you have an awesome day.
Thanks, guys.
You too.
Right.
Catches.
See ya.
Bye.
Stop.